You don't have to be a huge gaming fan to know about Sonic the Hedgehog. Decades after his debut, the spiky blue-haired hedgehog remains one of the most recognizable characters in gaming history. He's a household name and a testament to Sega's overall success. However, despite the iconic nature of the character, time hasn't always been kind to Sonic. Sonic and the franchise's fandom have been a punching bag for numerous years. Bad games, controversies, memes, and general online ridicule have followed the blue hedgehog. This is the complicated history of Sonic the Hedgehog. Part 1. Rise and Fall of an Icon.
Sega's the best video games you can buy.
Sega's excellent.
It's better than Nintendo.
It's fantastic.
It's a rush. Ooh, Sonic. So fast.
So fun. Gotta beat the level, gotta beat the level.
Sega's way ahead.
Way more games in the competition.
A lot of games.
Back in 1991, everybody wanted a piece of Sonic. Created to operate as Sega's mascot, Sonic would sell himself as an alternative to Nintendo's family-friendly Mario. He was fierce, fresh, fast, and far more concerned with fighting bad guys than rescuing his girlfriend from a castle.
Yeah, Sonic has an attitude. He races around at his speed, not at anyone else's speed.
Sonic is Sega's answer to Nintendo's Mario. He gives their product character.
Sega was fully invested in making Sonic a character that could take on and ultimately beat Mario. The global head of marketing at Sega became involved and playtested the game across the United States with Mario fans. They were shown Mario and then played Sonic the Hedgehog. 80% preferred Sonic the Hedgehog.
I've never seen people gravitate to a video game or to a character as they did with Sonic, because we had nothing else to lose. We had to go up against Nintendo. For every dollar that we had in our marketing budget, Nintendo had $15. Some people may think we were crazy. Some people were thinking that we were risking everything we had by going head to head.
The release of the video game was accompanied by an extremely aggressive marketing campaign.
Brand new 16-bit Super Nintendo with Super Mario World. Wow!
What's this one?
Oh, this is a Sonic the Hedgehog from Sega Genesis. Hey, look at these radical colors, huh?
Wow, Sonic's fast, too.
No, over here.
I like Genesis, and it costs a lot less.
Wait, kid, that game
I'll
there.
take Sonic and Genesis.
I knew that.
Sega chose to sell their mascot's game on the premise that Sonic and the Sega Genesis was a better and cheaper version of what Nintendo was offering. It was the perfect recipe for success.
The speed and design sensibility in Sonic had never been seen before, a sort of Japanese energy, atmosphere, and pace that couldn't fail to impress. Definitely, without a doubt, positively the most incredible action game ever created for the Mega Drive.
Sonic the Hedgehog was a commercial success. It became America's best-selling video game, outselling Super Mario. By Christmas 1991, Sonic the Hedgehog had sold nearly 1 million game cartridges in the United States. It was also Blockbuster Video's highest-rented game of the year. Sonic was a superstar and saw continued success with subsequent releases such as Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D Blast, and a couple of spin-offs, including Sonic Spinball. Sega built upon the Hedgehog's appeal with 2 separate comic books and animated shows. Sonic wasn't just a franchise anymore, he was the company. From a business standpoint, there's nothing wrong with what Sega did next. It had a viable mascot that sold boatloads of product. Makes sense then to put as many games out with Sonic on them as possible, regardless of how well they stick to the established roots. Problem is, in the course of trying to secure another hit, all Sega did was produce a string of poor half games that spread the series out instead of moving it ahead. Despite still being a cultural force, the Blue Hedgehog wasn't able to stop what was happening behind the scenes. Sega's management overall was at odds with each other. Sega of America was trying to bring the company to the forefront of home consoles in North America, while Sega of Japan was fixated on being the controlling force in all territories. The cross-continental feud resulted in multiple rehashes of dated hardware and a leadership team with no clear direction. This led to a lackluster console launch in the Sega Saturn, which only featured the spin-off Sonic title, Sonic Art. Sega had fallen behind its competition. In canceling the next flagship Sonic title, Sonic Extreme, the focus shifted towards its next and final home console, the Dreamcast. With the release of the Dreamcast, Sonic made his leap into 3D with Sonic Adventure. The game saw a massive overhaul in character design and shifted to 3D platformer gameplay in a semi-open world setting. Its levels kept the spirit of the original Sonic games alive, whilst introducing new mechanics such as light speed dash and homing attack. Said abilities were unlocked by finding new wearables. Sonic Adventure turned out to be a classic that many fans still hold dear. Regardless of opinion, SEGA and the Sonic team showed they could bring new ideas to the table and create new Sonic experiences that old and new fans could enjoy, even if it did take the fandom a few years to accept Sonic Team's new approach. Despite a successful transition to 3D, Sonic's home console was in trouble. In a final attempt to salvage their empire, SEGA released Sonic Adventure 2 in 2001. Unfortunately, the console and SEGA were already dead in the water by then, and the once great video game titan never made a console again, beginning the Sonic Dark Age. Sonic was homeless. SEGA would decide to develop and release games for other platforms. The first notable release was 2003's Sonic Heroes. Certainly not one of the most offensive games to release during the Dark Age, Sonic Heroes debuted to mixed reviews. Some critics felt it was a step up from previous 3D titles, but failed to capture the magic of Sonic in 2D. Regardless of the verdict, everyone agreed that the abysmal and erratic camera was a disaster, and furthermore, the PlayStation port of the game was almost unplayable. Despite a mixed response, the game was a major commercial success, which meant SEGA would continue pumping out releases. Shadow the Hedgehog was the next 3D release in 2005. A sequel to Sonic Heroes, it allows players to control Shadow. The title adds third-person shooter elements and a non-linear design to the long-running platformer. Shadow can use several weapons and attacks to defeat the enemies. Also, Shadow can use chaos abilities and drive vehicles. Shadow as a release feels like one of the first documented times the Sonic franchise became the punching bag for fallen long-term fans. Many critics derided the game's premise and sense of maturity, especially the addition of guns and other weapons. One reviewer even said the game was the equivalent of a 13-year-old trying to get served in a pub. It seemed to those who had grown with the franchise that Sonic was having something resembling a midlife crisis. If you go back and look at the evolution of Mario, one thing is clear: he hasn't changed very much over the years. Sure, he looks different thanks to the advances in graphics, but he is still a diminutive Italian plumber who sports a mustache, hat, and coveralls, and enjoys stomping on turtles and eating mushrooms. You would be hard-pressed to find any officially licensed versions of Mario where he is evil or someone completely different. Shadow was a representative of the brand that was confused, and despite this, Shadow the Hedgehog was still a huge commercial success. How did this happen? The simple answer is age. The games coming out from SEGA weren't meant for people who grew up with the originals. They were created for a new generation growing up. They were for kids and teens. Another factor that would come to haunt the Sonic brand, and particularly its fandom. But before the fandom itself would come into the focus, Sonic's reputation would take one more hit with the release of 2006's Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic 06 tried to bring Sonic's classic platforming action into a 3D environment with new concepts and characters. In short, for many, it failed and became one of the most infamous video games of all time. The reputation of this game has been well documented. It was terribly received and barely broke a 40 out of 100 on Metacritic.
Only the most blindly reverent Sonic fan could possibly squeeze any enjoyment out of SEGA's latest adventure, GameSpot, 2006.
Like the hedgehogs I used to see as a child, this game has been hit by a truck. 2 out of 10. Eurogamer 2006.
Even though the game received poor reviews, there was one aspect of it that really stood out: seeing the beloved cartoonish hedgehog court a young human woman, the beautifully animated Princess Elise. The characters shared a kiss at one point, and they even went out on a date. This is an odd moment for Sonic. It seems as though the developers were trying to do something different to shake up the formula, but this certainly wasn't what fans wanted. Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog were catalyst releases to what would become the most notorious release of the Sonic Dark Age. And yet, the franchise continued to sell extremely well. There was still an audience for Sonic. The goodwill that Sonic had achieved in the 90s meant SEGA could continually pump out various Sonic games and people would buy them. Despite being dragged through the mud critically, the character was still a household name, hence the release of 2007's Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. It was certainly strange to see Sonic hanging out with Mario, and the fact that it happened on a Nintendo console spotlighted Sega's overall fall from grace. But ultimately the game was a winning recipe from its conception. Arguably the two most recognizable video game characters of all time were listed in the 2010 Guinness World Record book as the best-selling gaming character crossover of all time. The formula of standalone Sonic games continued. Games were released and critics panned them. Sonic Unleashed follows Sonic as he restores the world from Dr. Robotnik's destruction. In the nighttime, Sonic transforms into a werehog. The game slows down and involves combat against multiple enemies. While players enjoyed the daylight periods of the game, which allowed for super speed, the nighttime period where Sonic became a werehog was unsatisfying. In his new form, he was much stronger and could take on greater waves of enemies, but he was exhaustingly slow. When you take a character who is known for his super speed and cut that back considerably, it's not going to make fans of the series very happy. Following Sonic releases had their moments but similar critical responses.
Its visuals may talk the talk, but the rest of the package just can't walk the walk, much less run it. For more on Sonic Lost World, be sure to keep it here on IGN.
Sonic the Hedgehog is a strange case study. Many franchises and characters that have been through critical disdain have stumbled and never recovered. Yet despite the unfavorable response, the Sonic franchise has been able to develop a large fan base of devoted fans. As many older fans of the 90s originals left the fandom or complained and disregarded newer entries, the brand was able to capture the attention of younger fans, which became both a blessing and a curse. Part 2. The Fandom.
It's still suffering! What the frick?
It's impossible to document the highs and lows of Sonic as a brand without highlighting the fan base the Blue Hedgehog has inspired. In a similar way that an analysis of Shrek or the Star Wars prequels would be incomplete without documenting the fan-created materials that helped repopularize both mentioned franchises. As the Sonic franchise was suffering critically to former fans and the casual Sonic gamer, the Blue Hedgehog and his gamography was nothing more than a joke. A fallen mascot that had once ruled over the gaming industry. But for those who still believed in Sonic, this was a tough pill to swallow. The mounting tension led to members of fandom voicing their frustrations in a variety of videos, none more infamous than the legendary 13-minute rant from SammyClassicSonicFan.
You guys are the ones that ruined Sonic for everyone! I'm tired of all you pricks! I am so freaking mad! It's a nightmare! Your fantasies can't ever be quenched, can they? Your actions have consequences! What the frick?
Sammy's rant somewhat perfectly encapsulated a fandom in turmoil. Their franchise was under attack from outsiders, and even within their fandom, they were unsure what made a good Sonic game. It was the older classic Sonic fans against a new younger generation. Similarly, Sammy's rant seemed to paint the Sonic fandom as a monolith to those on the outside, a failing, cringe, and rather strange kids franchise. And on sites like 4chan something more discriminatory. The existence of a large autistic fanbase within the Sonic community seems to have both been accepted and rejected depending on where you look online, but never really explored in an academic or formal environment. Instead, the type of remarks that come from places like 4chan are discriminatory, using the potential existence of an autistic fanbase as an insult against the franchise as a whole. The topic of hate against Sonic is a rather well-documented subject across the internet. Many searches reveal that outsiders think that much of the fandom and people like Sammy are responsible for the hate the Sonic franchise receives. But alternatively, much of the Sonic fandom thinks their dedication and extreme passion are the reasons why Sonic is often critically panned. Dedication and passion are definitely accurate words to describe the Sonic fandom.
Hey guys, Mr. Ultimate Sonic Fan here, and I'm going to prove to you that I am the Ultimate Sonic Fan.
Their reach and interests are seemingly limitless, with each subsection coming into viral internet consciousness more than once throughout the years. The Sonic fandom is home to almost every form of expression a person can use to show how much they love or care for something. Even larger franchises like Star Wars, Marvel, and Pokémon don't have this kind of fan-created media output. Sonic probably has more fan characters than any other franchise. In fact, they became so rampant online that it became a popular trend to Google your name along with the Hedgehog and post the results, giving outsiders a glimpse of the sheer volume and size of the Sonic fandom.
Name: Dark Edge Broadsword. Weapon: Soul Katana. Its flames grow the more souls it claims. Favorite band: Slipknot. Favorite movie: The Dark Knight. Friends: Shaggy, Too Dope, Shrek, PewDiePie. Enemies: Justin Bieber. Quote, "My heart is a black tormented hole of emptiness." How are you? Oh, Sonic.
People of all age ranges and skill levels try their hand at altering the designs and creating backstories for their newly created characters. Again, however, Sonic.EXE don't come without controversy. Many of these characters were uploaded to DeviantArt, where people could upload their art for free with very poor moderation. This would have an unfortunate side effect. Whether it was the often strange fetish galleries or laughing at a new artist's first attempt, these OC also became the center of ridicule for the internet. It was easy to pluck something from DeviantArt and post how cringe, bad, or unintentionally funny the image was.
Oh my god, oh shit. I'm gonna have to delete my browser history after looking up all this shit. Name: Sprite the Sprite the Hedgehog. Abilities: runs almost as fast as Sonic, can jump insanely big, can lift a lot of weight, likes heavy rock bands, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, DeviantArt, and friend Jimmy from school. Hi Jimmy. You know what?
Similarly, the staggering amount of fetish art didn't help Sonic's mainstream reputation, with one outlet asking, "There's a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog fetish art online. Why?" The article suggests it's likely because of the crossover between the Sonic and furry communities. Sonic is one of the largest franchises to star anthropomorphic characters. However, as an answer, this might be lacking. The volume of Sonic-related and quality issues actually resulted in the art being banned from Furry Art Archive. As one user put it, when even furries, who are traditionally at the bottom of the internet abuse heap, are saying, "Man, your stuff is bad, you should feel bad, and we don't want you around here," it kind of sets the tone for all the other interactions too. What we have documented so far is a mirage of different subcultures that operate within the larger Sonic fandom. And unfortunately for these members, they take part in activities and expressions that the wider population deems uncool, different, or primed to meme. It's not hard to see why the fandom often feels under attack. After all, the Sonic license is an easy punching bag. Yet despite this status, the fandom won't die. The sheer amount of content this fandom is responsible for is staggering. Animations, live-action shorts, fan-made games, comic books, with creators even taking the characters in darker and more perverse directions that responded to the franchise's new perception in the public eye.
Holy shit, what the fuck is this? Welcome to Sonic.EXE. It's supposed to be like a creepypasta.
Easily the most famous mainstream Sonic fan content to ever exist, the original creepypasta was written by JC the Hyena in 2011. Sonic.EXE is an unnatural entity taking on the form of Sonic the Hedgehog that sends out a haunted game disc featuring the creature killing the main Sonic characters, eventually leading him to rip out the soul of his victim and making them his slave. The creepypasta was adapted into an actual game by my 5T Crimson. The game spread like wildfire when PewDiePie played it on his YouTube channel. The video has since accumulated over 11 million views. Markiplier also played the game with his video, hitting 8.6 million views. Outside of the main Sonic.EXE lore and game, the character himself has been the subject of popular comic books, fan art, animations, and short films. Sonic.EXE is one of many Sonic character variants that have come from the fandom over the years. It's almost poetic, as the outside perception of the character changed to the general population, as did the self-expression that came from the fandom itself. It's almost as if the Sonic fandom had come to terms with itself, embracing the weird and wonderful elements of the franchise. Perhaps best represented by Sanic, a meme that seemingly responded and played on every outside perception of what the character of Sonic and his fandom had become. Sanic was the perfect twisted encapsulation of modern Sonic. As SEGA continued to release Sonic titles, the critical perception of the franchise continued to fluctuate, with a particular title so disastrous it became the worst-selling Sonic game in history. It looked like the Sonic franchise would never recover. Was it time for Sonic to hang up his power sneakers? With what was impending, it seemed like a good idea. In 2017, Paramount announced they were looking to fast-track a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. As a CGI hybrid movie, the Sonic fandom was understandably worried. Even more so when the first teaser poster featuring a humanoid outline of Sonic was released, with one Reddit user simply putting, "Oh no." This reaction was rather tame compared to what followed on April 30th, 2019. Once again, Sonic was the punching bag of the internet. The reaction to the movie trailer and Ugly Sonic is now infamous, forcing Paramount to delay the movie so they could fix the character, an unprecedented move for any movie. Part 3, Sonic Rises. The fan reaction to Ugly Sonic further cements the passion, strength, and size of the Sonic fandom. The pressure applied by one of the internet's most vocal fan bases forced Paramount and SEGA to listen. Then, on November 12, 2019, Paramount debuted the brand new design, this time being met with elation.
Wait, I'm sorry!
Extremely handsome package.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, he looks much better.
That looks like just like the game. That looks freaking amazing.
People were overjoyed to see a design that accurately represented the character they loved. When the Sonic movie was released in 2020, fans were thrilled. Sonic was seemingly resurrected as a pop culture juggernaut, going on to beat the most popular entertainment franchise in the world at the box office. And strangely enough, the Sonic franchise would do it again in 2022 with a sequel movie, which would become the highest-grossing video game movie of all time at the US box office, setting up not just a third movie, but a wider universe for these beloved characters to play in. For many, the Sonic movies are love letters to the fandom, with SEGA and Paramount directly embracing and canonizing them, and the lore they have created. Nothing better represents this than 2022's Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, Dale, I'm gonna be up on that stage too, right beside you.
Yes, Ugly Sonic, that's the spirit.
And they'll like me for who I am. Not like last time when the internet got one look at my human teeth and burned the place down. Okay, let's see here. Best wishes, Ugly Sonic. There you go, kid. Oh, they're laughing at me. I know that. You can't hurt my feelings if I'm in on the joke.
SEGA had fully embraced what fandom had become and in a strange way changed the perception of the Sonic fan. In the 90s, Sonic was a cool anti-establishment figure, and along the way, he became the establishment. He was the brand. He lost his identity. But in 2022, Sonic laughed at himself. He was once again funny, self-referential, and most importantly for SEGA, popular. With the Sonic movie division and fandom thriving, it's now up to the video games and supporting materials to find their footing and tone so they can help Sonic re-rise and become another fully formed golden age for the franchise.
You know, a bunch of people who are enthusiastic about not just my friends, but even just like, you know, seeing some of the little ones, like the next generation getting excited about Sonic. That's what I want to see, you know, because it's like, I want Sonic to just be something that only, you know, 20 to 30-year-olds enjoy, you know, yeah, so it's good to see, like, the little ones getting excited for it.
You know I can fake a conversation, and you know I can fake it to your eyes, and that ain't just one single complication, 'cause I know that you're here to